a cavalry scout, 19 Delta, and I spent
Nice.
13 years doing that. I got out in 2010. I was medically retired in 2010 because I have basically bolts in my lower spine and a plate in my neck. I was, that's where the military retired me, medically retired me, and said you cannot be a soldier anymore. The problem is that VA didn't see where the physical disability or the physical limitations and what businesses are looking at affects soldiers a lot more than even as, if not more or as much as the PTSD. And because I didn't have PTSD, I didn't have that. My PTSD wasn't as, I guess, as bad as some, and therefore VA also dropped my percentage without telling me on my PTSD. Over the years, I've gone from at 70%, and then it took me a while to get up to 90%. And then they left me at 90% and kept refusing, you know. And that's when my psychiatrist saw that I was at 90%, and he's like, "Hey, have you tried getting 100%?" I was like, "Yes, I've tried it multiple times." And that's where he was like, "Well, there's this company, try them." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll check them out." So I checked you guys out. I looked at the reviews online and some of the other stuff that you guys had online and everything, and I read through it. I personally think it was the where I had the phone conversations with the actual medical personnel who wrote up the reports that went to the VA and to the VES system and stuff like that. I think it was more the health nurse that was there to actually walk me through the questions of, hey, what is this? What's going on with your problems and stuff? So, and that was a lot more in that sense where she actually asked the questions that I guess in that sense VA is also asking. So now, after going through you guys, after 14 years of going back and forth with VA, and still being treated by VA as well by a psychiatrist who manages my psych meds and stuff. They finally put me into that category of 100% disabled. Honestly, I really do. My wife and I both were ecstatic when we got the letter that said 100% because of the extra money that I was getting from VA. It was easier to pay that off, and then I was like, I didn't have to worry about it being paid off. And then, and now like this month we get the full amount of our increase, lifts that stress, that anxiety that you have about bills and everyday life at that point. Bills, whether it be groceries, car payment, whatever, it takes a lift off of you when you can actually say, okay, we got this money and we actually have enough to live on.